Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Unlaced podcast. If you are new here, thank you so much for coming along. Please give us a like and subscribe. It's how we grow. And obviously for everyone coming back, you know, as I always say, I absolutely love you. We've had a big year on the Unlaced podcast. We're coming into the close of the year as we near Christmas. And last week was a big episode with Isaac Quaynor from Collingwood, a superstar, great kid, a very humble athlete. So go back and check that episode out. Now, this week is a big episode because everyone knows I'm a football guy. I love football in this country and also a Melbourne Victory fan as well. And I've watched this guy for 7-8 years now. He's been in the A-League and one of the best players we've ever had in regards to an import coming in, making an impact to the culture of football, to the league of football, and even now a Socceroo in Bruno Fornaroli. So my friend, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You got some good English, man. We were speaking before. I was shocked.
I improved after 7 years. You know what I mean?
I know.
But it was tough because I learned in the change room. So imagine the first couple of years was tough for me.
Almost the worst place to learn English, I think.
Imagine because you learn the bad things.
The bad things. Yeah,
exactly. But you know, I always try to say to my teammates, all right. Yeah. If I say something wrong, laugh with me, but let me know how you have to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So, but look, I'm pretty confident now and I try to keep learning, of course.
So when you first came to Melbourne City, which I think was 2015, how did you communicate with the coach? Because if you're fluent Spanish, you had broken English maybe then.
But I was John Van Keep in that time, so he's speaking Spanish.
He can speak Spanish?
Yes, because he coached Guadalajara, I think, in Mexico, and he played for Genoa in Italy. So I speak Italian too. So I didn't have problem with him to communicate. So it was a little bit simple for me. To talk with the coach, but at the same time, I wanna learn because I don't want to be in the change room and the people talking to you are not there.
And it's funny because now your kids are more Australian than you. They speak better
100%.
English.
That's 100%.
So you have to learn.
And it's tough for me, you know. It's tough because I always, even when I go to school, I pick up them and I speak with the parents, you know, and then my kids look at me like, say, "Daddy, please, it's time to go." You know what I mean?
Get out.
Yeah, get out because I embarrass them. So I try. They teach me. They teach me all the time.
Perfect. How's it being back in Melbourne? I know you love this city. You've been gone for a few years.
Beautiful, man. I'm enjoy every minute now here. Actually, I'm waiting for my family now. They're still in Perth.
Okay.
Because kids will finish school now, and we want them to close the year and be ready to come here and start the new life.
It's like it's not even a second home now, almost like the first home, Melbourne, because you were here for so long. You've come back.
Yes,
your kid, I think your son, you said, was born in Melbourne?
Yeah, my son born here, and, you know, so family will love the city, and you know, especially for me, playing here in Amy Park is different feeling, and you know, happy
place. Yeah. Is there any similar or similarities with Australia and Uruguay? Because I've been to Uruguay. It's one of my favorite places I ever went to on a holiday.
In what sense, you say?
Like the culture, the beach, the people, very relaxed.
Now I feel more like close.
Yeah, okay.
Because now play for victory is different, you know, and I feel the pressure is on, and you know, the fans is there, and then you have to perform, you have to play well, you have to win. Yeah. And Uruguay, you always have this every single week. Yeah. And then you have to deal with that, and that's what I want. Right. That's what I want to feel.
I met some Uruguayan guy when I was traveling after I finished playing. I traveled in Spain and I met someone from Uruguay, and he looked like an Australian from Brisbane. Like he had a surfy blonde hair, and then he starts speaking Spanish. I'm like, what? And he told me to go to this place called Punta del Diablo.
Punta del Diablo, yeah.
Yeah, and I went there because he goes, it's the best place ever. We say, I don't know if you know here, Byron Bay.
Yeah, Byron Bay. I've never been there.
He goes, Byron Bay, and this is the same. Yeah? And here, Byron Bay is like full of hippies, and it's a bit crazy.
You find like it's similar?
Yeah, I went there. It's worse. It's better, but it's more crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! I loved it. So from there, I fell in love with Uruguay.
Yeah, I need to go to Byron Bay.
Man.
I didn't go yet. So it's one of the trip I want to do with my family.
Yeah, have to, for sure. Now, did you ever think you would be, because I'm close to this club, like I've been a fan since day one, even though I ended up playing for Adelaide and so forth, but did you ever think you'd ever wear a Melbourne Victory shirt when you first came?
Look, I can't say yes, but always when I have to play against Victory was wow.
Proper
game, you can see the support, you can see the fans behind the team. And as a player, you always want to feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is one of the reasons when Victory say, we want you here, straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to be in that side.
Yeah.
But look, I didn't know, I didn't expect, but this is football.
Crazy,
and
huh?
It's crazy, and now I'm here and I'm enjoying a lot, and I feel like I have that fire again.
Yeah.
And that made me feel like, you know, I want to compete, I want to be there, I want to win.
Straight away, number 10 shirt, everything. It's Bruno, man. He's back.
I don't care. I want to be there, and I know, you know, I will be fans, like maybe they will wave to see what I can do, and I have to deal with that, and I'm happy to deal with that.
Yeah, exciting.
You know what I mean? And yes, that made me exciting. That pressure made me feel good. Made me push every day to be better and try to show that I'm this side now, and I want to be a big part of the club.
Definitely. Because when this episode comes out, you'll be getting ready for the Melbourne City game, so the first derby on the other side. But tell me, for you, how big and special the derby game is, because obviously for a fan, for the atmosphere in the stadium, it's one of the biggest games we get to go to. But as a player, there's something special about that game, yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
Every single derby I play in my career, because I'm born in Uruguay, and the derby is so special.
Yeah.
The country stopped to watch that game.
Which is that? Nacional
against Peñarol.
Okay.
So for me, I born with that.
Okay.
And for me, so special. And this one will be so special too.
I know.
And like I said before, the people expect things for me, and I know that.
Yeah.
But I try to be ready, and I try to prepare myself every day, because if you prepare yourself, you will have the chance. So
yeah.
I'm confident, and look, I want to win the game, and I want to score, and I want to, you know, I want to say, like, after the game, the people say, he's one of us.
Yeah, I think,
you know what I mean.
I think already the Victory fans like.
Yeah, but maybe I need to convince a little bit more. But you know how it is. But look, I understand, but I'm in this side now, and I want to push hard.
For you, because I think now with your experience in the game, maybe not so much a worry, but maybe for a younger player it would be. But when you come into this game and you have such a strong history with Melbourne City, and now you play for Melbourne Victory, do you think about the fans, anything like that, or are you so focused on what you have to do for Victory in the game? Because I can imagine the Melbourne City fans would probably heckle, they'd probably say Bruno, da-da-da.
Yeah, but that made me put me more in the game.
Right, okay.
So it's not like something like... I'm not expect. I will expect that.
Yeah.
But that made me more focused.
That's a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you think like they sing or whatever against me, put me out of the game, that is for me it's opposite. Yeah.
One coach told me it's good if the fans are doing that, because it means you're a good player. If they say nothing, then 100%. You're not good.
100%.
So it's a compliment. You know?
The same was as soon as I arrived here. You know, the people was not that thing like you do well before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. Tell me. You say you are.
I don't know. I think I know Victory fans straight away from the first, because not just saying this, because the first game you come on, the crowd. I don't know if you realize, but you know, it was me on the microphone. I say you come on, and you when you score, I said number 10, Bruno. That's me.
Realize that.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but then when I said this, the crowd went.
Yeah.
So I was like, they didn't do that for, not saying they don't love the other players, but there was a louder, scream.
Look, I feel the support as soon as they know I will come here in the media. You know, I can feel that support straight away.
Yeah.
So, and that made me feel confident, made me feel happy, made me, you know. And after scored that first goal and celebrate in front of the fans.
Yeah,
that was, and actually I was on the bench.
Yeah.
And I talked with my teammates and I say, all right, we start the game and we go for that side. And I say, wow, that's big. Yeah. Because when we go for that side in the second half, and it's perfect to score in that side. Perfect, because, all the fun is behind the goal.
Correct.
So I start to smell something already.
I know.
So I said, I don't know. It's my thing. And I said to the boys, I will score in that side already.
And you did. I don't know how many minutes you were on, but straight away.
The penalty it was 20 minutes in total. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect, man. It was the perfect start. I think we know because with the experience in the A-League, everyone always hears about Popper and how fit he makes all the players, how he coaches them, how everyone has to be very disciplined. Yep. So when you come, maybe you already knew these things, but now you've spent some weeks with him. What's that been like working with him?
Oh, look, was a couple of options when they know I will not continue in Perth, but that was one of the reasons also because I say yes to come here because I know him and I know how hard he push the players, how hard he will push me to be on my best, and that's what I want. Yeah, I couldn't choose a easy option.
Yeah,
but it's not me.
It's not you. Yeah,
it's not me. Like I said before, I want that feeling again. I want that fire, and I know he will prepare me for that.
Yeah,
and I know also could be. If I didn't make the Socceroos, I will have the break to make myself ready to the second part of the year. Yeah. So it was perfect for me, and I feel much confident now about physical and also I feel like more inside the team with the players and it was pretty simple because I know most of them.
The A-League you know a lot.
More, yeah, and or if you play with them or you fight with them. So it doesn't matter.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. So Broxy was one of them. I fight every single time and now we are close,
I can imagine, huh?
I say, Broxy, now, look, it's done.
It's done.
I'm with you now. Yeah, but it's something like, that make the game beautiful and it's great.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think all the Victory fans are excited. Next time, so I do the home game. So next time you score, when you score in the home game, I'm going to go crazy
beautiful.
For you on the microphone. Yeah, for sure. For a special one now for you.
Yeah, that's good.
And the fans will love it. But because you've played now a few teams, obviously you had a big career, which I want to talk about, particularly in South America and in Europe. But just in the A-League, you've played for a few clubs now. For you, when you come into Victory and you see the club, the facilities, obviously the professionalism, everything, for you, what was the most impressive thing that you maybe saw a difference?
Yeah, as soon as I walk in, I say, that's different.
Really, yeah?
I feel like a professional player again.
Yeah.
That was my feeling.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as I walk in and the office and I say, how many people work here?
Yeah, I know,
everyone just working and everyone, and was very professional in every single things. And then still do it. And then I need something, I need to fix because the family is not here. I need, and the club is there. So that support make you only think about football and what you have to do inside the field.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple for us.
Yeah, it's a special club. I think for me, and I mentioned I would ask this just to speak on your time in Perth Glory, but I'm amazed because if you look at your record there, I think goal every 2 games for 70 games. So it's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
You went there and you did what they paid you to do, but from everyone on the outside, maybe for you different, it was a surprise to see you leave at the start of the season. When was that sort of clear to you that there's no future here?
Look, was a couple of years like I have offers to leave and the club was in a great position. But I always try to believe in the change. Try to believe in what they say. Next year, and I think I arrived in a point like I couldn't deal anymore with that.
Yeah, okay. Nothing changing.
Nothing changed, and enough is enough. And when you give everything, and nothing changed, and you can see they are in a different way. It's time to leave.
Yeah, it's hard.
And it's tough. It's tough. Trust me, was hard for me because I did everything.
Yeah,
and more, and more, and more. No, I don't talk about
on the field.
On the field.
Off the field, you mean?
Exactly.
Ah, right. Okay.
So sometimes, and I understand it's football, and sometimes it's business. Sometimes it's not about win or lose. It's just business, and I don't want to be part of that. And and look, I prefer to take another way, and be competitive and be that guy who wanna win and who wanna win trophies and who wanna play every single game, and I wanna enjoy my game again. So I think was a great time to live. And look, maybe no one's know, but what's the chance maybe to come early and the things nothing fix, but you know, before they try to do things with me that was not great. And then look, at the end, I always say in football it's a very, very small world. Very small world. And everyone who is who inside the football. So I don't need to say was their fault, was my fault, I'm a good guy or I'm a bad guy. Everyone know who is who in football. So that made me feel relaxed, made me feel calm with myself because I know who I am. And that's it. I move forward and I'm here and I'm enjoying what I do now.
It couldn't have been, I think, a better solution for you and Melbourne Victory.
Look,
it's perfect, really.
Perfect for I think it was perfect for everyone.
Yeah, lucky for everyone. Well, unlucky Perth, but actually, I want to talk about for me because obviously you're close to the Socceroos and obviously Uruguay, but the World Cup. Have you been watching any of this?
Yeah, of course.
Are you disappointed with Uruguay? What's your feeling there?
It was tough. As you know, we are a small country, but we have big passion.
Yeah, but this is what amazing. Massive. Small country, but so much talent.
So much because it's the number one sport and the second and the third. Everyone play football.
Yeah.
Everyone know about football. It's 3 million coaches there and everyone, really? Pretend to know. But
because what is the population for
3.5 million?
So Melbourne has more. Wow, Melbourne has double almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my
so
God, that's respect.
How many players is around the world in the big leagues and play?
It's amazing.
So it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's a big disappointment for because especially because will be the last World Cup for many of them.
Yeah,
which they did very, very well for our national team, and finish their career in the national team in that way was sad,
Yeah, I think one of my favorite players in the world right now is Valverde for Real Madrid.
That's top.
But I think maybe the best in his position before the World Cup.
I always in contact with my family in Uruguay, and then I read the newspapers there, and the people talk bad about him, like he have a bad World Cup, and it's what they watching?
No way.
This guy just go up and down, bring the ball, shoot, go back. I don't know, fight for. What do you mean have a bad World Cup?
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
So, but that's the pressure that you have there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do if the result is not win.
Is it different there than it is here?
Yeah.
So much worse in Uruguay, the expectation, the pressure?
Oh yeah, you can see it. Here we are happy with what the national team did.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good, and I'm proud, and I know the boys, and I'm happy for everyone, but the expectation is if we go out of the four, like you will say, wow, it's already a great World Cup.
Great tournament, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
In Uruguay, that's
normal.
That have to be normal, and then you have to.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, because that's what I expected. I expected maybe. I didn't know because I haven't seen, obviously, and I know you have a connection with Luis Suarez, but I haven't seen him play since he's been to Nacional. So I didn't know if he was going to be like firing and ready. But even on paper, the team was still good, So I was shocked they didn't get out. But sometimes this happens in the World Cup. Sometimes
and I think sometimes when it's like this, you play with too much passion, and you forget to play with structure.
Yeah,
and that could be hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that happened with Uruguay. That happened with Argentina in the first game.
Yes,
there was in the rush. I don't know why, and the panic, and it's the first game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tranquilo.
And they say, "Oh, tranquilo, we find a way," and then we score, and then you go again.
Yeah.
So I think Uruguay couldn't do that.
Okay.
And after the pressure was too much.
Too much.
Yeah. And I think the last game they played well. Couple of bad decisions for the referee, and you can see. And but that's football, and is what it is.
What about the Socceroos? We spoke in our country. I think what's interesting, because you're close to this team and obviously played with Graham Arnold. A lot of the players in the team, or the selection for the World Cup, everyone was giving shit, to Graham Arnold, saying, no, there's not enough experience, there's not enough of the bigger players playing in the top leagues in Europe and stuff like this. But they surprised everyone and got out of the group. For you, was it a surprise, because you've been close to the national team, the culture Graham Arnold tried to create?
Look, was no surprise, because I know the players, I know Arnie, and, his mentality and what he won. So, and I know that group, especially.
Yeah.
And I think after the game against Peru, the confidence was in the air, and they say, okay, we can compete.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. And that they put this into the World Cup.
Correct.
And it was not easy, because after the first game and you lose, come back, play well. And actually, the last game they played against Argentina, we didn't stay back.
No, which is
we
impressive.
make Argentina play bad.
Yeah,
because first 45 minutes they couldn't find the solution.
Yeah.
Of course, you have the best player in the world, and one touch was alone.
That was the difference. That was the difference, I think. Just him.
That's
just
the
him.
football. But you know what I mean? I think what the Socceroos did now need to help the football in general in Australia.
Yeah.
Grow. You know what I mean? We need that. We need the kids now start to see, But with a big respect, what I find in these 8 years here in Australia, how I say this is, I don't want to go wrong, but they look like they don't want the football grow too much.
Yeah, we say this all the time. Football, the media,
they don't want that, because if the football grow a little bit more, they will kill other sports. Yeah, and that will be a problem for too many people here in Australia. Yeah, because football is everywhere. Football is around the world. Football is, you play everywhere. And it's too big. Yeah. So as soon grow here in Australia, ask who will not players will not come here and play in Australia, live in Australia, play in a good ground, with more fans. Yeah. But
it's hard. Yeah, I know. There's a statistic that come out for the investment from the government, and football is here. Sailing, sailing in the ocean has more money from the government than we do for soccer.
How we can grow?
It's impossible, man. It's crazy. We just played at the World Cup. Got out of the group.
Especially in a country like this, we will grow so quick if we invest. Yeah. And I can see, more kids now playing football. So as soon like we start to improve and give more money to have more coaches and provide more things to the young players, the football will grow so much quicker.
Do you think the qualities here is at the youth level is in comparison to Uruguay? Like, where do you see it?
I think we are far. Yeah. Why? Because, for example, now I went for holidays in Uruguay, and I got to watch one game my nephew play, 5 years old. He's training 3 times a week and playing Saturdays.
It's already 4 times a week at 5.
And play competitive games. I mean, referee and play for points, and and they can play each other if they don't win. And get upset if they don't win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here, until like 10, 12, you still decide if you want to play football or you want to play cricket or you want to play footy.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
I moved from my city to Montevideo when I was 12. So to play football, I left my family.
Really?
Just to play football.
12 years old, you've
12.
moved. So that's like here for Australian people, it's like moving from Melbourne to Queensland.
Exactly.
For a sport at 12.
Exactly. If you have to move there and play for some club and live there with other kids for the other city and just training and play and go to school.
Oh my God.
So, and here you can see the kids, it's still decide if you want to play.
They still don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing like I find, and it's like we play for something different, for different reasons. You know what I mean? The life is no easy, and you always give extra to help your family to get out of that situation, and you know what I mean? And here, sometimes if you want to talk in that way, the place will look at you and say, have a better life if you have not played football. Then.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It's true.
So it's tough, but you need to have that fire. You need to have that fire, because otherwise you will go one day Europe and you will return. Yeah. Straight away.
Which happens a lot here. Every time almost for some
because
players.
The competition there is
so high.
It's so high.
Yeah.
It's so high.
Yeah.
No one will look. If you don't play, I will play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah.
So this is one thing, like always I try to teach the young players and say, look, if you're here, give your best.
Yeah, correct.
Give your best.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't matter if you have better life or no outside, or otherwise choose another sport.
Yeah, just it makes better.
It's true, it makes better, because you waste your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just do your best. Do your best.
That's well said. Well said. Do you know we speak about football is a funny, crazy game, but I want to speak on, is Salto, is how you say? Yeah, I talk about Salto in a sec, but it's crazy when you think you're from Salto in Uruguay and you've played for the Socceroos as the oldest player in our history, but still you played for Australia. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're 17, 18 playing for Nacional, making your debut into the big division there, you never think you play for this country. Do you know what I mean? And you have.
No, it's crazy.
When did you know it was possible for you to play for the Socceroos and actually for the coach to give you this call?
Look, after my first couple of years here, we always joke if I can go to the Socceroos, but the FIFA rules don't let me play for Socceroos in that moment. Actually, I spoke with my lawyers and then I say if is any chance like we can change this, or because I want to be available to play. After will be the coach decision if you pick up or not.
But just to be eligible?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But after the FIFA changed the rule, I remember to Terry McFlynn was sport director in Perth. I say, man, I think I can play for Socceroos now if they want me, and I want. That's what I want. I want to do a good season, and I want to play for this country. I feel part of the country. My son is born here. My family, my kids don't want to come back to Uruguay, so I have many reasons. And he say, "You sure?" Yeah, I say, "Look, that's what I want."
Yeah, man.
And they start everything, and I receive a call for the Socceroos, and they say, "Look, Bruno, we try to help you in all the paper situation and see where you are with all that things." And then it's coming, like you know what I mean. And actually, I'm lucky that I couldn't take my passport before or 6 months before to be involved, like in couple more games. You know what I mean? And but for me, it was a great experience to play for Socceroos, and then unlucky I get injury after the Saudi game. Couldn't play against Peru. But look, I'm happy to that decision and proud, of course.
Still in your mind, you push to go back if you can? Or because you haven't retired, nothing. You're still available for selection.
That's not the word that in my mind.
Yeah, I know. Good. I like this.
So actually, it's more like I said before. I have the fire. I want to fight. It doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
You never know. We're talking about football is crazy. It is. I will always give my best. The day that I will not feel it die anymore, I think that will be the day that I say thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I go home.
Because I think for now, you're at your age, you still, like even I said before you come in here, you look so fit. I don't know if it's the last few weeks of training, but in general, even your game, you still, you don't look, you're 35. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, you have to improve, especially when you're getting older. You have to do more things, take care more about your food, take care more about your training, do different things too. Because you have to compete with young players.
Yeah.
They go fast, they are strong, they don't get tired. You know what I mean? They training or not training, they are fit anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, it's important. And like I said before, Popeye he's so smart in that.
It's lucky because you play up here a lot too.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
think a lot.
Yeah, and like I say, in this break was great for me. Perfect. I can work a lot in my fitness, and I feel ready.
You know, I don't know if everyone listening will know, but Salto in Uruguay, and this is amazing because what's the population for Salto? 120,000. Now, this place is like a golden market for footballers in Uruguay. I cannot believe that Cavani, Suarez, yourself, is there's heaps. I read a whole list of Uruguayan internationals from Salto, but still the two of the best strikers in the world for the last 10 years were from this small town in Uruguay.
The same age.
And the same age, yeah. You'd be similar age to them too.
Yeah.
So we say three of the best in the world, huh?
We are 87. Because I play...
What? So they had three
I play with both of them. I play with Cavani, I play in Salto because Suarez born there, and when he was 7 years old, moved to Montevideo with his parents to live there. And then when I moved with 12 years old, I moved with him to play with him all the young. So, we are in the same age.
Wow, that's crazy. Why is it so, like, what is happening there that makes you special? Something in the water?
I don't know.
It's just luck.
It's his passion.
It's crazy to me.
I started to play football when I was 3.
Incredible.
I just play there, and then they put me with all the players because I want to play, and I go, And I think the reason now is like all these good players, like you mentioned Cavani, Suarez, Godin, now Valverde, now make the other young players push more.
Yeah.
And the young kids want to play football. So want to improve, want to training, want more. So that is
raise the level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for sure, Uruguay will have more young talent coming up soon.
Because they see it's possible. They see Valverde score in the Champions League final. They're like, well, he's from around the corner from my house.
Bentancur.
Bentancur too at Tottenham.
Another top level.
He's
good
a great player.
And there you will see. I think Uruguay have a lot of young players, a lot of young talent. And that's what I think Australia need.
Yeah, definitely.
We need our national team make excited the kids to play football.
Do you know when we speak about the young kids and when they grow up, they look to the superstars? For me, when I was this young kid, obviously the Socceroos then had an unbelievable team. But the one team in the world that used to make me not sleep at night was Uruguay. Because 2001. And even when we qualified, I still would have nightmares of Alvaro Recoba. Because if he had a free kick or any little bit of space, as a kid, I was like, he was like a villain,
He's incredible. I was at the stadium that game.
In 2001?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Like I say, you say, wow, what is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I have the chance to training with Alvaro in Montevideo. And I remember one day we stopped training and we stayed there to finish, to do more shots. And if you score, you keep going,
Yeah.
And Alvaro started to shoot, and I just put one corner, goal. Now they say I go to the other corner, goal, and you're waiting there just to look him.
He was unbelievable.
He said to the goalkeeper get angry and say, "It's not your fault. I'm too good. It's not your fault. Doesn't matter." You know what I mean? Look, it's that kind of player like you can watch them all day and learn from them.
Yeah.
But they have something special.
Yeah, he broke my heart, man, a lot of times.
Yeah,
he played for Inter Milan, and then 2001 we didn't qualify.
Yeah.
So we in Australia, it's funny because you're here now in Australia, and we used to hate Uruguay because
but I was in Uruguay when 2006.
Yeah, which was probably
was tough.
Yeah,
okay. Was very tough.
Okay, so it works both ways.
This is football. You see?
Okay. I found an interesting story, and I know we mentioned you played with Luis Suarez, but I think there's one famous story I got told about. I don't know if it's true. Was when you were at Melbourne City? I think maybe you were injured at the time. And you spoke to now the media manager of Melbourne Victory, Pav, who was at Melbourne City. And whilst you were watching the game or something, you got a message from Luis Suarez. And he was playing for Barcelona at the time with Messi and everyone. But I think they were either on the team bus or in the hotel.
They was in the hotel doing massage because they played the derby.
At the Bernabeu, no?
Yeah, in the Bernabeu.
El Clásico.
And he said, look, are we watching the... Melbourne Derby just to learn before our game.
He's watching the Melbourne Derby. He was watching the Melbourne Derby before the El Clásico game at the team hotel.
He took a picture of the TV and sent me.
What the fuck, man?
Yes.
It was luck on the TV, or he wanted to watch because
he know I'm here and he love look, but is that guy? He know everything.
Ah, man.
You say that he don't care? No. He know everything.
Really?
Yeah, and then actually when I was close to be a Socceroos, that I know that can happen, I didn't say anything. And I don't know how he find, and he texted to me, and we have a group with another friend, and he texted to me, and he said like, he don't want to tell us, or...
He knew.
Yeah, he knew. I don't know why.
How?
He know everything.
Was he happy for you? Was he upset? Because he looks like he's very proud, Uruguayan, but...
No, he know me well, and he was very, very proud, of course.
Man.
And then actually he texted me like, how was the uncle? You will make it or no? You will make it. Like he was more worried about because he want me to make the Socceroos and go to the World.
So for sure, easy for you to answer. The most famous person in your phone is Luis Suarez, one of the best strikers in the history of the game.
Yeah, but for me, it's a friend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't see him like this.
No,
it's crazy. Yeah,
no,
but
because I know him for many years, and I see him like as a normal guy. But I understand how big it is.
Yeah, he's amazing. Well, speaking of now, because he's gone back to Nacional, the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in Uruguay. It's a place you started your career.
Yep.
You scored a lot of goals there. How old were you when you started playing for them? 17?
I made my debut in 17 years old.
So you're like almost still a kid.
Yeah, still a kid, but big dreams.
Yeah, big dreams.
Kids, but with a big dream.
This was amazing for me because you played there. I think you obviously must have played well, and I think you were scoring goals, but maybe 1 or 2 seasons you were there, and then Sampdoria in Serie A. Big 3 million euros, just bang.
Yes,
it's something that's incredible to me. So were you still a teenager, or were you 20, 21?
I was 20. 20, yeah.
And you got to move to Serie A.
Yeah.
The biggest league in Italy.
Yeah, so in that moment, Italy was the number one.
Yeah, it was, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Mourinho was there.
Exactly.
Time.
Yeah, that Milan was
scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
Every single player was top players. And for me, it was crazy because, you always dream with playing in Europe, but how quick is football? How quick change for good things or for bad things?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So I remember I have a meeting with our president, and they come to me and say, "Look, the club need the money, and we have a big offer, and then." I need you to say yes. It's not like, you know what I mean? And for me, it was not simple decision because I have to move with 20 years old. Like, even with my personality, I think like I have 30. I'm still young. Still I need to learn. I need, and actually when I arrived there, the coach talked to me that you are young, you need to go slow. But for me, it was tough.
Yeah.
Because I play every single game in Uruguay. I play Libertadores and I play derbies, and then derbies day is 60, 65.
Wow.
But with real pressure. The fans kill each other before the game or after the game.
Yeah.
So don't tell me I'm a young kid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not ready to play. Yeah. That was my mentality,
Right.
And it was tough to deal with that.
Right. So when you get to Sampdoria, they're telling you you're still young, you need time. But you're thinking, well, in Uruguay, I'm playing in front of massive crowds in the Copa Libertadores.
Yeah, they're talking about pressure to me.
Yeah, so you're like, that's pressure back there.
Exactly. Pressure's there, not here.
Yeah.
So don't treat me like a young kid. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I couldn't understand at that point, like, I shouldn't wait more and be more stable.
Patient.
And say, look, patient. And this is why I went to San Lorenzo alone.
Yeah.
To have minutes because I want to play. I don't want to play 5 minutes and be on the bench.
Yeah. Was the standard big jump? Because at that time, as you said, Serie A was maybe the best in the world.
I remember my first game was against Inter. We play at home, and I remember to...
Is this the Inter with Milito, Eto'o, Maicon,
Crespo,
Stankovic,
Ibrahimovic,
Zanetti. Wow!
And I remember that game where we walk into the field to do the warm up, and I just saw the Inter Milan players just walk in, and I look at them and say, "Wow, they are big." You know what I mean? And I feel like it's the first time in my career I feel like small.
Yeah,
feel small. The day you play, you forget.
Yeah,
but you see they ready.
Their whole team was big physically.
Big, massive. Massive.
Oh my God.
But yeah, for me it was a great experience anyway.
Man, it was amazing because I think you had some experiences through South America, and then you also had an experience with Panathinaikos in Greece. But how was the Greece experience and some of those other experiences? Because it seemed like you obviously, and this is the thing with football I find is, you have the ability, but sometimes the business, it moves you around, and sometimes you just need the break to finally fulfill what you can do.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that happened when you came here. Yeah. You finally...
have to be everything connect, I think, especially when you're a striker and you need a good season and a stable season. And that I couldn't find before, especially in Panathinaikos, was the year like Greece was tough.
Yeah.
Economy tough. And, we changed I think 4 coaches in one season, and it was impossible. Players disappear one day and they say, well, no, he left. What do you mean he left? And after 2 weeks he come back and say, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? You can't do that.
Oh my goodness.
It was so hard. It was so hard to be focused on football.
Yeah.
Because it was too much going on
outside. Yeah. The economy was fucked.
And then, of course, everyone can play with the players.
Yeah.
But no one knows what happened inside.
The business. Yeah. Yeah, this is why when we spoke of all the listeners, this is why you appreciate Victory, because you've been in places where this stuff doesn't even exist, or they don't care for the players,
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. But when did you know Australia, the move to Melbourne City was possible? When did that happen for you? And why was it the right decision you felt?
To come here?
Yeah, to come here. Yeah.
Look, I was playing Libertadores in that time, and I had the chance to move to another countries, and one scout for City Group called me and say, first he told me like we have New York City to go, and I say, can't happen, that's good. And then he say, no, now it will be difficult, but we have Melbourne City and we want you there.
So it's the City Group that approached you, not Melbourne City as such?
Yes. Okay. It was scouting for an Argentina. Who contacted me to come here. Yeah, and I say, look, I'm no.
Don't
want to, no.
You said no first to Melbourne City. Australia.
To Australia football, I say no.
Yeah, understood.
I don't know the league. I don't know anything. And look, was like 2 weeks like this, and I have other offers and even economy much better than to move my family to Australia. And say why we want to take that decision. You know, it's too. And they show me all the project. They make me fly to Manchester to show me everything.
No way.
Yeah, it was
so once they do the woo. We call this in Australia.
Exactly.
They wooed you.
Yeah, and I spoke with my wife, and we saw Melbourne was the best year. Was the best city for the
most livable city.
6 years in a row and something like that. And say,
okay.
But I want to compete. So I say, look, I want to open doors. Maybe Australia, I don't know if it's the best place to play football, but I will open like other teams around Asia or you know what I mean. Say
other opportunities.
I wanna go there and compete. Yep. Don't wanna be there just to live the life. And that's it. And say, okay,
that happened.
That happened.
How old were you at this point? 2014, 15, is when this would have happened.
This happened. Yeah,
so
15,
7 years. So 15. You were still 27, 28.
27, yeah.
So you're in the perfect age. So it's this. Yeah. This is why I find this interesting, because for a striker, around then is like when you want to be playing your best football around. You know.
Yeah.
So it was a big decision, but the seasons you had, I don't know if you knew you could do it, but I feel like you did. But that were pretty special for the whole A-League.
Yeah, but that was my mentality. Like I said before, I don't want to go there to live it just in the
because
best
you
city
could
in the
have,
world.
you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just go there because I want to compete.
Yeah.
And if you have to smash the league and try to do it, I will do it.
Yeah.
So that I think at the end made it different.
Yeah. Well, I think your first season, you won the Golden Boot, or was that the second first season? Yeah. 23 goals in 28 games. Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
That was good. Yeah.
Highly.
I wish I could repeat that.
Unbelievable, man. That was it. That was one of the most special seasons. I think you scored and all types of goals too. You know.
Yeah. Good
like
goals.
Here, there, everywhere, inside the box, outside, free kick, left foot, right header. It's like the perfect striker. You know.
Yeah, that was amazing year, and I feel. Look, I have to tell you, the coach was so important for me in that point. You know what I mean? Ivan Kip helped me a lot.
Everyone speaks highly of him.
Yeah.
He's obviously.
For me, was top.
He was good coach for you. What was sort of, when you look back, what was some of the most memorable experiences early in Australia for you, on the field, off the field? Because
the good thing for me was I still enjoy with my family.
Yeah.
Which that cannot happen in another league.
Yeah.
If we will play in derby in Uruguay, you cannot bring your family to the stadium.
Really?
No, it will be impossible.
Impossible.
I will not be comfortable.
You not relax on the field?
No.
Wow, that isn't crazy, man.
No.
That's how crazy. That's how serious the derby is in South America and Uruguay.
That's the pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now the last couple of years they start to play home and away, which was not normal. You always play in the big stadium, neutral stadium, which is worse to bring the family. Now, if you play in your stadium, it's a little bit simple because maybe you can find a box or whatever for the family. But before it was impossible.
Wow,
impossible.
Man. That's amazing. For me, one thing I noticed when you're happy off the field, you're happy on it too. And
exactly.
I think the first few years in Melbourne City, it seemed like you were very happy on the field. Like everything was happening for you. Maybe the most important player in the league at the time, because you were literally taking a club like City at the time. They were never competitive. They were just starting to get better, and then when you came, then it's like, okay, now they're starting to compete and fight for trophies. So
and you in that moment, like I see my family happy outside. My daughter enjoy to come to the stadium and watch me play and finish the game and jump in and have time with me. So that I think is the great thing like you can do here in Australia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in another leagues, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's tough to do it.
Yeah, that's why maybe you'll stay here if you ever retire, because maybe you play to your 50.
I don't know. I try to
we
hope.
But we have just a couple more fun questions now, which for me is more interesting before we finish. Yeah. But just some quick ones. So for you, who is the best player you've ever played with or against in the A-League in your time here? The one that's maybe caught your
Diego
Castro. Yeah, everyone says him, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What for you is so special about him?
It's like you give the ball and you know he will do something.
Yeah.
With the ball. He will, even if he have players around, no one will take the ball from him.
Wow.
And I, of course, training with him and go against him and try also to kick him.
Yeah, of course.
Was my close friend, but I will go for him because I say, this because they don't want to mark it, but I will go and
can't.
It's tough.
I know. I think
it's tough.
I think maybe sometimes I say this to a lot of people here in Melbourne and even Sydney, because he played for Perth and he's on the other side. We don't see him every week, so he doesn't get the status or the respect maybe he should.
And I think he think too much about the family, and he never want to move to this side.
Right.
He was comfortable there. The family was maybe too comfortable there because could be great to see someone like him in here.
Yeah, imagine. That's what I'm saying. If he was here, maybe they would say he's the best player in the history of the A-League. Do you know what I mean?
Far.
But because he's Perth, only the players that have touched say it.
Agree.
Not the fan.
Look, I had that feeling.
Yeah.
When you go there, you are there.
Yeah. It's far.
Here, you already...
Yeah.
You are again.
Yeah, exactly.
You are again in the big team. You again here now. You know, you have to improve. You have to play. You have to win. So it's completely different.
Okay.
Completely different.
I'm going to ask you now, your favorite goal in A-League.
It's coming.
It's yes. Hey, perfect.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's
Absolutely.
coming. Oh my god.
It's coming.
Oh my god. That's the best answer. That's the best answer we've had on the podcast all year. I love it. Last question. So this is something I say to all the guests we get on. So there's 3 traits I say that are important for one person to be successful in sport, in business, whatever. And I want you to pick one of the 3 for you that was the most important.
Yeah.
They're all important, but for you, the most. And tell me if you don't understand.
Yeah.
So drive, resilience, comprende? Resilience?
Yeah, resilience.
Ambition.
Wow.
They're all important, but for you, what made Bruno Fornaroli so successful, if you had to pick one?
That's tough.
Yeah. Because I think
you have to combine.
Yeah, we've never had someone combine.
You have to combine. You cannot have one and be successful.
Your answer is free, so you can say what you
That's my answer. You have to combine because you can have only one thing and be successful.
Yeah,
you can be all right, but not successful.
Yeah.
You have to have everything.
That's the first one, Bruno, we've had combine.
You know what I mean?
I thought you might say resilience because I think
but you have resilience, but you don't have ambition.
Yeah.
So I have resilience. I come here. I don't have ambition.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
To be successful with victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you need all 3.
But I don't have ambition to win the league.
Yeah.
To score goals. So it's one go to the other.
Amazing.
So you have to combine. It's impossible otherwise. If you want to be successful, if you want to be okay.
Gotcha.
I get it. But
understood. Oh, Bruno, I'm excited for your time with Melbourne Victory. I know the fans are going to be behind you. You're going to hear me on the microphone. I'm going to be screaming your name for many times, I hope. So good luck, man, and thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. I hope to hear very loud my name.
Yeah.
And look, I have to say thank you to the club, to especially, like you say, the fans, man. And as soon like they know I will come here, I can feel that support. And after the first game was amazing. And look, I have the feeling that they come good things for the club, for me. And look, we work together now, and I hope like we can win something special for the club.
Bueno,
Vamos arriba.
Vamos. There we go.